created a show, and I realized it didn't matter who it was. It's something that I get intrigued.
Right.
And on top of it, I tell everybody, poetry is like sex to me.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
It's like sex to me.
Yeah.
I get high just for each individual that gets up there because it's a different level.
Right.
Because I'm intrigued with what you finna do, and on top of it, I know I try to set the tone where it is a show, it is an event, but I want you to fall in line with everything that comes. It's something for everybody.
Right.
And I tell them the energy's good. It's a good vibe. The people are open. Ain't no stuck up personnel, bitch. We turn around, we don't know you from the can of paint, and there's some shit that we don't heard. We're gonna start talking with each other because of the shit that's said.
Right.
Me, I created poetry as a hippie style. Open-minded, non-judgmental, free spirit. Do what you feel. What you want me to do, Taz? I wouldn't give a damn what you do. I want you to show up. And I have said that to a lot of people. Let me know one day soon, please. Thank you.
And that's why a lot of people do need to take advantage of when you see a platform like
Yeah.
this.
And on top of it, the thing about it is, you don't know who I know.
Right.
You don't know who be in that crowd. We had Larry Dog come to 3 shows before he announced he came.
Right.
When I say this man verbally told me at his event is when he displayed, he knew who I was. Told the people what I did and the type of person that I was and what I created.
Right.
This is why I'm able to get certain artists that just walk through the door. It's because I'm my same way. I won't care what you do. I set it up erotic because it's not that many erotic places you can do whenever you feel like speaking. They have it once a month,
I've seen that, yeah.
but it's not consistent. I'm about the only one that started with erotic poetry consistency.
Once a year, that's since COVID actually. Once a year, I've seen.
I've been doing poetry.
They're doing only once a year.
Every week.
The erotic one, I mean,
Yeah.
once a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, you
People
get
do it every week.
Yeah. I have had people from New York. I have had a promoter from New York inbox me. And it was like, I like how you did that. She said, I've been to Florida. Florida don't have an erotic promoter. She said, keep doing what you're doing. She said, you do the stuff we do up here in New York.
That's why I fuck with it.
And that's what I say. There's some more things I want to do. I want to bring a painter.
Right.
I want a painter to sit at the beginning of the show and just create something to the end of the show. And then show what they got. Because I want to see where their mind frame and what they get from each artist come up. I'm helping you create something. You helping me create something because now I get to see from your point of view what you see what we do.
Right. That would be dope.
I done had dancers come and actually perform to one of my poems while I'm performing and there's Janet Jackson in the background and she's flipping. I done had one that I'm like, wait, bitch, you done fucked me up. Hold on, let me rewind my damn self.
Flipping. Wow.
It's just because we didn't rehearse. She gave me a song. I put the poem to the song. She put the dance to the song, and it created a wave. So it's like whenever my ooh, she was flipping. My ah, she was turning. So it's like, wait, same wave, same art form. It's just 2 different things.
Right.
I want a dancer to come back and create that. I would like maybe a group of dancers to come and do something. Maybe even some steppers.
You done touched in my lane. Oh my God.
I want to bring a person who does an instrument and come in and do a set. Again, it's art. And some people say don't talk about certain things. I can talk about this due to all of it's art. All of it's art, so it doesn't matter if somebody else turn around and do the same thing.
Right.
All of it's art. Right. And if they think outside the box, they are already on my mind frame just as well as I am.
Yeah, it needs to be done. Because like with your platform is different. A lot of places they just do poems. About poems, they just do poems. They don't create a platform for comedians or dancers or singers and stuff like that. So actually, it needs to be done.
Yeah, but like I say, this is all of it's art,
Yeah, it is.
and everything actually starts with poetry, because everything is written
I was just about to say
is a
that.
poem.
I was just about to
Even if
say
it's transforming to music,
Right, right.
it's still a
right.
poem. It was started as a poem.
Rhythm and
Dancers get that rhythm through art. Art is poem. Poem is art. So I get it, but people need to be more vigilant. That's why I say I hold the umbrella up to many creations, many things. It's not just so much of poetry, but poetry sets the tone, because one, poetry doesn't get the respect
Right, yes.
that it needs, or actually that it deserves. And people don't understand everything starts with poetry, because music is created, beats are created, a movement. Black is poetry.
But they think back in the day, going back to even being back home, Run DMC,
Yeah.
where they got the idea for rapping. You have poetry, and then like, okay, I'll move it this way, the bar is this way, and then they started to rap. You know, then you have your twisters who came out and made it faster. Okay, I can do the rhythm faster. But yeah, it all
Oh, your
was
country.
poetry. That too. And they came and just poetry,
Reggae.
different accents.
Everybody
Yeah.
got their way.
Poetry,
Yeah.
words,
Everybody got their way of doing it. Everybody's style is different.
Yeah, everybody's style is different. That's why I tell people, they were like, I can't write. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Because one, everybody's mindset is so that poems got to rhyme. No, the fuck it don't. Poetry is an art of emotions. It's an art of feeling.
Right,
It's an art of fantasy.
right.
It's an art of wordplay.
Mm-hmm.
Some people
Word
give
manipulation.
word manipulation, but it's different forms.
Yeah.
You have people that's just black power poetry. They have that. And see, I'm not a negative person, so I don't write negative poetry.
Right, right.
I might write some shit to tell you respect my mind,
Right.
but it's not negative. It's check yourself.
Right.
And a lot of people say that I may not say certain shit to them verbally. I write in my poems. I do.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
Why? Because no, it has nothing to do with emotions. I always tell people, if I go to jail, it's premeditated.
Murder one.
Right, right,
When I go to jail, bitch, I done thought
right.
about the day already.
Right, right,
I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of it without doing it without getting caught.
right.
So if I go to jail, it's most likely it's gonna be premeditated, because I done thought about a lot of shit.
Right.
So let me write the ignorant shit in my words,
Yeah.
because it's gonna verbally come out different in tone.
Right, right, right.
And the person that I've grown to be, you pick and choose your battles. You can write a poem and tell a bitch to fuck, stay the fuck away from you, or back off, or don't take your kindness for weak.
Right.
But again, it's not negative.
Right, you standing up for yourself, your boundaries.
You're just basically self-reflecting yourself in words.
Right. And that's the beauty of art. You're supposed to put yourself in it. And
Exactly.
make yourself good. And there's really no negative, because we call things negative, but we labeled it negative.
Yeah.
Because anything from you
Or you
is a part
saying
of
it.
you.
Or you're saying it
The tone,
angry.
The tone, yep, the tone.
So-
like you said, you could speak, you could spit.
Yeah.
It's just a talk.
And again, I done wrote some shit where I'm talking shit about a person that's sitting right in the motherfucking crowd.
I
Yes,
can see it.
yes, bitch,
With
it's
her,
about you.
I can see it. With her, I can see it. I don't think
But
she said
again-
it's about you, but they knew it was about
But
you.
again, it's not what you say, it's the tone. I can say it in a nice,
Right.
calm way, but some of them words gonna be,
I was gonna say,
Hey, did that bitch just throw a thorn at me? Oh, yes, she did.
It cut more that way anyway.
Exactly.
All they hear is screaming. They
Yeah.
don't hear nothing you say.
But now all you getting out of me is a nice nasty.
Oh boy.
Yep. Yep.
Woo.
Yep.
Well then.
Tuesday.
And that nice nasty shit, that nice nasty always leave a expression.
Right.
Then you just talking shit.
Yep.
Now they gotta think. They gotta think.
Yeah.
That's deep on so many levels. Words is deep.
Yeah.
Words
How
cut.
much words
The
we do
power
think we
of
use
the
wisely.
tongue.
words are
Still
very
understand
deep.
that.
They can hurt, they can heal. You know, that's why I also
They
say
can
we
self-improve.
That's a
Yeah, you can
self-destruct.
motivate people with
You can
it.
motivate people. I have had people actually reach out since I've been writing
That's good.
and ask me, can I give them something?
Words of encouragement.
I done had somebody come to me 7 o'clock in the morning getting ready to go in surgery and ask me, do I have any clean poems?
How hard was that?
Oh, it wasn't hard. I have clean poems.
Okay.
It's just, the reason why I don't display my clean poems is because I did a test run when I first started.
Okay.
I start out the show with clean, and I don't get the reaction that I would get out of erotic. And I actually had a couple of people. Like, wait, I came here because of the shit I seen online. I want the shit I seen online.
We want that dirty shit.
So they were like, this baby. They were like, this soft shit. I don't want that. I want the shit I done seen that made me come here.
Right.
Well, my ears have
You even,
orgasm.
and then it's inspiring people when you have the boldness to do erotic, and that's really what it is too. It's the shock. It's not just the sexual part of the shock. Like for instance, when my background singer came that night, he said, "Now I wouldn't do it." He said, "But I was very proud of how they were able to get up there and be erotic and be themselves and be free." And he's like a 60-year-old man. And he was like, just the freedom in it that they gave to tell their stories or this and that, you know, because the poem is a story. It inspired him. He was proud of it. Just the art of it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
We had the owner cousin sit back there. He said he was in his phone. He said when I said swallow gobble something, he said he dropped his phone. He like, what the fuck? He said his whole head just gonna turn sideways. He said that made him in tune. He said because his cousin Paul had, and this is Polo Club.
Right.
He said Paul had done told him, he was like, yeah, you gonna like this. He was like, I ain't think nothing of it. He said, I done seen poetry before.
Okay.
But Paul like, this ain't the type of poetry you seen.
Right.
And he said from the time that I opened up the show and everybody came behind, he said even the ones that wasn't erotic, he said he was drawn. And he was like, damn, what the next show? And that's what I want. I want you to get something out of it. I want you to feel that energy. I want everybody that comes to be a part to actually be comfortable enough to spit their shit. Stop holding it in. And they ask me, why you name that? Because one, we spit a lot of shit, but we're so closed-minded when we're told to go do it, we nut up.
So you swallow your words.
So you swallow your words.
Spit, don't swallow, baby.
So now, spit them, don't swallow them.
Right, because even the title makes it so erotic.
I know, right?
Oh, this sounds like straight up head. Okay.
But again, it's about bringing
Yes, it is.
and getting your attention.
And the fact that you start to tone every time you do the shows, I love that you tell poems in between it. Because a lot of people that have the open mics and the poetry night, they don't spit, or they spit is at the end of the night. She spit showing you, look, I'm up here doing it. She's in the crowd checking on people. Again, that don't happen because people be so full of themselves, and see that's when you can't grow, when you feel you already made it, or you just so like up there. She's humble. You get what I'm saying? You wouldn't even know that is your show, the way that you walk around and move. So when you set the tone, it makes everybody else comfortable. Because they're like, okay, I can get up there. And it is erotic. Even with like any poem you tell, you don't have to be always speaking about sex to make it erotic. It's also the way you move. You see I flow, give a little bit, you can kind of move your hips, but it's just the way you talk can make it erotic. So I love that about your shows.
And that's the whole point. It's setting the vibe. It's, hey uncle, it's setting the vibe, it's setting the tone, it's making you comfortable enough where you be back there tweaking, or you want to get up there on the show. You want to get up there and speak. And I like that. I like when people come to the show, they don't tell me they're artists, but they in the crowd. All of a sudden I get a hand pull. Who I gotta talk to get on the show?
What's up?
I'm like, me? They were like, oh, you the host? Why? Because I'm on stage? They were like, yeah, I'm also a poet.
It's not seen though. That's why it's a surprise.
But I'm gonna put it like this. Me being a single